Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my video. I'm going to be talking about remanufactured parts like the starter and the alternator. I did a video a while ago, and the video was about whether it was worth it to go to the junkyard to get a used starter or alternator versus buying one that was what do they call it, refurbished or one that was redone by them, not a new alternator or starter. All right, and from my experience, I've had my starter replaced twice already, and I believe the starter is going out on me again because I just parked my car and I couldn't get it started. Funny enough, it started after I started recording the video. I was going to record this video about how crappy, you know, getting a remanufactured starter or alternator from one of these places, Autobahns, AutoZone, whatever the shops are out there that refurbish these. Not a good idea, I don't think. Personally, I've had my starter changed twice within this year, and it's about to get changed again, I believe, because of the issue. It seems like I'm having issues right now with a starter issue, and I had my alternator changed twice. The alternator, the last time I changed it, I actually went to the junkyard and got a used alternator. The first time I changed up, I went to an auto place and got a refurbished one, and that lasted like less than a year, like 8 months or something like that. So at this point, going forward, I'm probably just gonna go to the junkyard and I'm gonna do a search on eBay and find a place, the closest place to me that has one of these starters or alternator, and I believe I'm probably gonna have to have the starter fixed because I tried starting my car up about, I don't know, 10 times already before I record this video, and it wouldn't start up. And ironically, when I started recording this video, it started up on me. You know, I was surprised by that. Well, not really surprised, since when I had my starter issue, when my starter was going out 2 years ago, I had the same issue where sporadically it would not start on me, and it just seems like I have a feeling that is the problem. I get that one click when I do the push start. When I push the start button, I get that one click, and nothing happens. Everything lights up, nothing happens, and obviously I'm parked. So that's also one of the symptoms of a starter issue. If it was an alternator issue, I'd be driving somewhere and my car would go out on me. But this is an issue with my car park, so I'm just gonna assume that it's a starter issue. I went out, looked at the hood, looked under the hood. The battery had kind of erosion on it, some green stuff on it, but you know, I'm pretty sure that's not the problem. I'm gonna clean that out. I'm crossing my finger, hoping that that's not the issue. I don't think that is the issue, because when I pushed this push start, everything came on. The lights were good, the fan was blowing, everything was good. I could roll down my windows, all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's a starter. And going forward, I'm definitely going to I'm definitely just gonna look up, if this is a starter issue, I'm gonna look up the starter on eBay, and I'm gonna buy a used one from a junkyard. I bought the alternator used, and I haven't had any issues with it since. And not only are they a lot cheaper at the junkyard, but I think I trust them more at this point. Originally, when I was looking at starters and alternate my starter and my alternator, when I was changing it up the first time around, I was weighing pretty heavily on, should I go to the junkyard to buy a used one, or should I get a refurbished one from one of these shops? Twice on the starter, I went to the shops to get it refurbished, and once on the alternator. The second time the alternator blew, I went to one of these junkyards. I did a search on eBay. Went to one of these junkyards. I picked it up, and it's been working great. I've had no issues with it. So if this starter goes out, forget those shops. I'm not gonna go to those shops. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna find one at the junkyard. I'm gonna look on eBay. These junkyards have these parts listed on eBay, so I'm okay with it. I know they're only warranted for maybe like 30 days or whatever, but I will take my chances with a used part that's, you know, when I went to get my alternator, I did ask the guy like how many miles was on the car that they pulled it from. He said about 50 or 60,000 miles on it. You know, I don't know whether he was you know, lying or not, but whatever it was, I'm okay with it, because these refurbished parts, man, when they redo these parts and they, you know, when they redo these parts, I have read that they only fix the one part that's broken. They don't clean out all the other parts. They don't replace all the other parts. They do the one part that's broken, you know, and that pretty much leaves you with, you know, a component where one part that had all those miles on it was fixed, and the other components which have all those, you're just waiting for those components to break down with that much mileage on it. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. So if I have any kind of advice at this point, I'd probably say, if you were weighing on either buying a used one from the junkyard or from eBay or whatever, or getting a refurbished one from one of these shops, at this point, with my experiences, this starter that's about to go out on me, I'm pretty sure it's about to go out. This will be like this will be my third time getting a starter put in my car within like the last 2 years. That's no good. That's no good. That tells me that these places, you know what I read on it is true. They only swap out the part that's broken. The other parts that's in the starter, they do nothing with. So it's really not worth, you know, buying one of these used starters. You should either buy them brand new, or you should buy them used from like a junkyard on eBay or somewhere like that. That's what I'm doing. So I mean, that's my personal sense of it. And every time I get this fixed, I gotta pay somebody like 90 bucks, 60 to 90 bucks for them to put it in. And I know it's warranted for life or whatever, but I bring it in. They're not paying for the labor on this, man. They're just paying for the, you know, they're giving me a part back or money back or whatever. I don't know, but they're not paying for the labor and the time that it takes, you know, for me to get these parts put in, to get my car towed, you know, all that stuff, you know, the aggravation of it and stuff like that. So from this point on, it's gonna be the garage or brand new, and it's probably not gonna be brand new, because brand new starters and alternators are ridiculously pricey. And yeah, I'd rather take my chances with a used part from the dealers. Not from the dealers. I'd rather take my chances on a used part from one of these junkyards or from eBay.